Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. So we've got another kind of rest and relaxation week going on. We'll probably take on a boss after this. And I'm thinking of the available missions. I like this long exploration mission, mostly for the reward of a legendary bracer. I think that'll work out the best for us. We've got some limited choices in sort of who we can sing along. No, this is not a sing along. Who we can send along to this mission, as we're still kind of relegating half of our roster to waiting for the Cove to open up. I've got a few things to say about the Cove, but we'll get to that later. I'm thinking for now, a frontline leper, a second rank Vestal, third rank Plague Doctor, and fourth rank Occultist makes us the cleaning crew. You know, it's not as intimidating as the wrecking crew, but it's something. It's something. These guys are all kitted out with trinkets. We do still have the Profane Scroll on Mandeville. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to go low light. It just means she doesn't get the damage buff from it, which I'm pretty okay with, honestly. This is a long mission, so maybe 3 full stacks of food actually makes sense there, and then 2 full stacks of torches. No, just 2. And then like 3 of each of those. Probably 4 holy water, as we do tend to encounter quite a few of those in the ruins. And then just like a couple of keys. It doesn't leave us an awful lot of space, but hopefully we start burning through stuff relatively quickly here. And yeah, I think I'm pretty okay with that. We'll go ahead and get things underway. Now, on the topic of the Cove, PAX, of course, going on now-ish. By the time you're watching this, maybe not so now-ish. But there's been some pictures coming out of it. I don't think they're anything we really haven't seen before. Just kind of screenshots of the fishmen.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Okay, a little maze-like. I'm thinking maybe like 1, 2, come back, go this way, up, and over, and then back, and then we can do this. We might end up like skipping some of these depending on scouting chance. Yeah, that should be okay. So, you know, nothing from the fishmen. Oh yeah, she does have her tuckered out from the brothel trip still going on.
Gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Well, not blood that time. You know, some screenshots of just sort of people playing and enemies being on screen, that kind of stuff. But last week, I actually sat in on the live stream of Power Up Audio, who is the company that is doing the audio design for the game. It was very interesting. They were doing like the Cove, basically. They were working on it and getting the audio for it all sorted out. Yeah,
Obliterated.
I was unlikely to get kills off 2 of them unless it crit, so I say that's best. It was really interesting for me to sort of see like how the audio design in a video game worked, honestly. It's far more technologically advanced than I thought it was going to be, which is really kind of silly when you stop and think about it. And then, you know what, we'll just buff. He's going to die from the blight anyway. There's a lot of sort of very game programming stuff going on in the audio design, and I had always sort of assumed, does this do any sort of, I guess you could just like attack a corpse. No, that doesn't actually buff ourselves, it's just self plus 25 damage versus unholy. I thought it might have like added a buff to us. Okay. It's a lot of like number coding of, you know, how the ambience kicks in and out. It's largely tied to the torch level, which I thought was fairly interesting. I'll have you check out the sarcophagus. I think, is it a key? Oh, it's not a key. Oh man, we brought no shovels. I just realized that. That's sort of awful. Okay. Well, we got a little bit of gold anyway. Oh, one of these days I will have a perfect provision where I bring exactly what you would need to bring. This will not be that day. Okay, let's see. Maybe pulling her up. These guys are going to leap over her, so it's probably not going to be super helpful. But of course, if we kill her before they're able to do that, maybe it is super helpful. Ugh, that critical bleed. 10 damage is not the kind of number I want to see. I'm thinking we could use a bandage. She could also be battlefield medicined. Go ahead and go with the bandage just because we've got them. We sort of need to be clearing out inventory space anyway. Okay, and then we say we can blight him. That'll guarantee he's going down. And we'll just throw a heal out here. Yeah, so like a lot of the ambience is sort of tied to...
Confidence.
Nice. Good crit on him as well. Ambience is sort of tied to the torch level, which I think is kind of interesting. There's more or less in all of the areas, there's sort of 2 tracks of ambient sound. There's sort of like calm ambience and then like an excited ambience. And basically as the torchlight changes, they sort of trade off with each other. One gets dialed up while the other one gets dialed down. I thought that was really cool, actually, to sit and see. I think we're going to end up leaving this stuff behind for now. It was a lot different than, like, I don't know, what I thought it would be. I sort of had always envisioned video game audio cues more or less being like movie or TV show audio cues, where they were like absolutely tied to an event. You know, maybe the 75 light would cause like the audio track to change, but not in that like extremely dynamic way where it wasn't, you know, just one off, one on. They really do just overlap into each other and kind of ramp up. And I thought that was all fairly interesting, kind of cool to see. I'm considering whether or not a campfire early on would be worthwhile here. I've tried the early campfire before, and I didn't love the results, quite honestly. We'll probably put it off just a little bit further. Okay, go ahead and T for torch. Yep. All right. This is a thing that needs something. Medicinal herbs. Never entirely understand how medicinal herbs affect that. Of course, we're a little bit low on stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and toss a key to pick up another gold stack. We're pretty good on crests. It's all the other heirlooms that we're kind of lacking. Okay. But yeah, the idea that there was like a real intersection between audio and game design, I thought was really quite cool. They do, and for anybody interested, they do live streams. I believe it's every Thursday, except they didn't do one just this past Thursday due to PAX. But they should be back again next Thursday. Don't hold me to that in case they're not there for some reason, but that is my belief anyway. Also, why are we all attacking Mandeville? They're like, you wanted to bring along a second-rank Vestal, and we're going to show you what a bad idea that was. She does not have an ability to heal herself, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and attack him, counting then on the hew from Poussin to be able to take out both of them. Of course, it relies on me getting a combat turn. Jesus. Please stop. Oh my god. That was lovely. That's precisely what I needed to happen then, was to heal her for none. Thank you. Thank you, video game. Ooh, that was also kind of bad. Alright, maybe that early campfire is going to happen whether I want it to or not. Alright, she's not on death's door yet, which is quite awesome, actually. That does a lot of damage. Whoa, that does a lot of damage. Okay. Light, take you. I'm gonna go ahead and Battlefield Medicine her. That'll prevent the death's door bleed out thing from occurring. And as long as she doesn't get targeted, then we'll be okay. It's a little too late for any of that. Let's see. Fives aren't really what I need either. I mean, he can heal himself. He's our frontline character who has taken absolutely no damage throughout this dungeon. That makes a ton of sense, right? She can still do healing. And I guess just swap. She'll die as soon as her next turn happens, but thankfully we did get off another heal before then. 1? Really? I have healed 3 times for a cumulative 6. I'm just going to re-revenge again. I'm going to have so much damage and such terrible dodge and protection, but it won't matter. So we've healed for 6 over 3 heals.
The bigger the beast,
so you're telling me that you're averaging 2 HP here, man. 2 HP. Evasion incense. Ooh. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to click on him. Huh. Interesting. We don't need the bandage, but it does stack. I would very much like the ruby, though. That stacks. Oh, what does a ruby replace? The antivenoms we haven't used at all. The evasion incense sounds cool. It's worth more than 500 gold. I'm gonna bank on onyx being cooler than emeralds again, which has come back to burn me in the past. And then let's go ahead and camp. We'll use it to get rid of
Circle in the dark.
Quite a bit of inventory.
The battle may yet be won.
And also the de-stressing was worthwhile for everyone. Also doesn't have 20 stress. Let's see. What are some decent enough buffs that everybody could use? Accuracy and dodge. Actually gonna go ahead and put that on her. The reasoning behind it was the dodge more than anything. Oh my god, you have the Black Plague. Oh, she can only do it to companions. I see. He has the fits. Let's see if we could get rid of the fits then. You can't. Actually, you can remove. Why not? We'll self-medicate. Let's see if that gets rid of the plague. It does not. Unfortunate. Leeches. And did not get rid of the fits. Well, that was a fairly useless strategy that I just tried there. There's no really other buffs that we'd be looking for. I guess we... Oh, that was a misclick. I meant to hit her, not him. That's terrible. Okay, well, you know, that's why they call it experimental vapors. We haven't quite ironed out all the kinks yet. And we get ambushed as we wake up. Okay. Less okay. Actually a lot less okay. Good. Attack the one character that has very little health. Loving it. Alright, we'll get you back. That'll actually help out quite a lot. Yeah, Fusen can take it. He's hardy. And we can finally start dishing some damage out in the other direction. Lovely. I guess we just move you back and then forward. Ugh. A little too much time spent on moving people around this turn, but hopefully the tide begins to turn in our direction now. He... Oh, only 11. Man, 40% protection, I guess. That makes some sense. We're going to go ahead and continue to swap up, though. And then we'll toss out, hopefully, some blight on this guy. Lovely. And then 12s are a lot better than what we've been seeing. Alright. Okay. I think this is under control. You can howl. Really? You're at 70 already? Ugh. Ugh. That's quite awful. Alright. But this guy is not going to get another turn. Okay. Yeesh. That is a ton of stress that you have on you, my friend. I'm assuming the trinket is to blame there.
Does not dissuade the sharpened
I believe
blade.
it removes some stress resistance. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a stack of busts because we don't have any yet. And we'll leave that behind. Yeah, you're getting... No, there's no... Okay, that is removing some stress resist. 15. Ugh. I'm sorry, Mandeville. That's quite awful. Check out the chest. Contents are mine. We'll end up ditching another one. So now it's up to 500 that we've thrown away. But we'll move on. Okay. This is a really cool buff that does something, and I can never remember what. Actually, it might be stress resist or stress removal. Nope. Damage buff. Okay, that's the damage buff. Something else is the stress removal. One of these days, just not today, I will remember that. Everybody's pretty good on HP right now, actually. I mean, I guess we just throw out a little bit of damage and a debuff. Why not? It's not like it's gonna matter.
Well struck.
Because Poussin strikes well, as the narrator was so quick to point out. Okay. And... Okay. Room battle. No scouts so far, which is a little disappointing for me. I would absolutely love to start seeing some scouting chances happen. 18 or... Tell you what, let me try this. If I'd gotten any like big critical hits, that could have worked out, and then I can be reshuffled so that the strategy doesn't work at all. I was gonna have Mandeville follow it up with a killing blow to one of them. Yeah, didn't happen. Didn't happen even a little bit. All right, let's get you guys blighted.
Strike.
Nice. And then 6 to 13. There we go. I gotta move, right? Yeah. So our occultist is the only one with really decent movement. I should try to keep that in mind. I don't think there's anywhere on the character sheet that tells you that, which I would love for there to be some way for you to know how much a character can move. You know, that's 1 space forward, 1 space back, 2 spaces forward, 1 space back, 2 back, 1 forward. There are all these different like combinations from different characters. Oh my god, again. And the I'm pretty sure that our current party lineup, only the occultist is able to move more than just 1. You're at 8, so if that blights, that's going to take you out for the next turn. Lovely. The occultist will do all the heavy lifting to move back again. And then we'll go ahead and self-heal here. Lovely.
This expedition at least promises success.
Emerald, you just, I'm serious, man. Okay, so I tossed out the emerald, kept the onyx because, I don't know, because why not? Let's go ahead and get a stack of emeralds now. We don't have enough for the freaking gold. Need gold. You know what? We're going to do that for the gold stack. We got deeds. All right. I'm going to reorganize my inventory a little bit here. We're not carrying any crests at the moment, but we're pretty good on crests. And we'll get a crest reward from the dungeon. I want to visualize everything I got going on at the moment. Okay, got all my gems there. And then these are the only non-reward centric things. I've still got a couple of medicinal herbs. Okay. We'll check out the heirloom chest. It's trapped. It blighted us. We've already gotten rid of all of our anti-venom, so that's not helpful. And as soon as I yell at the game for it, we then get a scouting chance. Lovely. Alright, we gotta go this way and over anyway, but I'm glad we spotted those traps. And I'm glad we kept our medicinal herbs. Lovely. The gold is nice. The citrine, not as necessary. And I'm going to go ahead and toss my last medicinal herb in exchange for another stack of gold. So, start using these torches a little bit more frequently, because I'd kind of like to get rid of that stack.
The promise of safety.
I think I maybe should have accounted for the 100% light that we could regain from each of the campfires. I could have probably brought a little bit less of the torches. But you live, you learn. Let's just get rid of him. We'll get this bone bulwark ready to rock and roll. I actually think I want to try getting the blight on him right away, as he's a high protection kind of character. That way, all 3 turns, 12 damage. You know, that'll take him down to less than half. Meanwhile, it reduces dodge. This reduces his damage and accuracy. Awesome. That's actually a pretty decent debuff, all things considered. And then nobody's really hurting, so we'll use him to get out a little bit of damage. Ugh. Stress is becoming a concern again. And he's actually dead on his next turn, so we don't need to do that. Let's maybe instead illuminate. Get a dodge debuff, and then there's no way she's doing 8 in one turn, but the blight on both of them is nice. And he gets in range of everybody else. Of course, he's going to die from the blight before it matters. Ugh, but oh well. He's probably lost enough HP to use a little bit of healing. 2, of course, not really the number I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and just self-heal. That'll get rid of him. And then we didn't get to act first. That's unfortunate.
How quickly the tide turns.
A critical tempting goblet. Now I'm suddenly really wishing I had a campfire in reserve. Oh boy.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Not really a great trinket. I think I'm just going to leave it behind. And I know this room is empty. Let's push forward into this room. Who's got trap disarm? 60. That's the best we can do. Actually, disarm is at 100. I don't know if the traps themselves are like harder to disarm, or like if they stay the same level throughout the entire game. That's kind of an interesting question that I cannot answer. Oh no. Oh no. Don't have accidents. That's bad. Alright. No scouts. I think I gotta camp again. Mostly for the stress reducing effect of it this time.
Rats in a maze.
Let's see. Self only by 25. Everybody else up by 5. She can encourage. She can reduce her own, but she doesn't have any. And she gets a big heal on others. What can you do? Helps out companions. Wound care. Quarantine? Probably worth it. He'll take a little bit of damage, not the worst thing in the world. And then he can self-reduce. And then she's got an encourage she could throw towards Mandeville. And then Mandeville could get, say, a bless this time on the occultist. And a chant. Yeah, didn't imagine the occultist would be a terribly religious fellow, but hey, why not? It was only 2 time, and we didn't have a lot left. All right, so that's going to be our last campfire.
In radiance, may we find victory.
And we've only gone, like, maybe a third of the way through the dungeon. I don't know. You can pause the video and do the math on your own. I don't actually feel like counting, but not halfway. It doesn't seem. Let's just get a heal out here. Man, I can really use some bigger numbers out of my weird reconstruction on this dungeon. That's really been a point of contention this whole time. Just 10. Does 10 to 20, which means it does 10 unless you crit. And then it does 30. That's usually what that number means. Oh god. I don't need 20 bleed. 20 bleed. No thank you. No thank you, sir. Okay. I probably actually wouldn't have been 20 bleed, I realize that. But that's the way the number looked. And it's still a ridiculous number, however much it would have turned out to be. Okay. Tempting Goblet. Feel free to throw those at Fitton. She's doing A-okay from a stress perspective. And then we'll just tag team this frontline occultist here. They've both already acted. As we get the blight back here. And then get rid of him. Be down to 10. Oh, 8's not gonna do it. Okay. Yep. I was somehow hoping for the 10 damage to avoid one more turn from him. It didn't work out. That does, however, mean that everybody can spend a turn just buffing themselves up. And do a party heal. Nice on the crit back there. I'm digging it, man. A little bit of HP gained. And finally, anytime you heal yourself, it's always double digits, Vayne. All I'm saying is it's a little bit suspicious. It's a little bit suspicious when you randomly throw out zeros to your compatriots, but always seem to do at least 10 to yourself. Well, trapped, didn't resist it, will take 6 damage. Unfortunate. Get rid of the torch. Okay, did get a scout. Not super interested in going through that unless I can pick up a shovel somewhere along my travels. Because I am an idiot and I did not pack any shovels. Also, we don't have any holy water anymore, but I believe without the holy water, it is just a smaller damage buff. So that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and pop 2.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Alright, these should be easy enemies. I'm actually gonna heal for 3. Because unless your name is Vayne, you don't get very good heals. That could have been bigger. If that would have been 11 instead of 9, I would have... Jeez, man.
About to break.
That was crazy. Alright, these guys don't have very good blight resist. That will kill them over time. We don't have that much time. Okay. Okay. Man, taking all of the damage. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to actually offense best defense strategy here. He does desperately need some healing though. Especially if he keeps getting stunned and he can't self-heal. Oh god.
Teetering on the brink. The abyss.
I did complain that no one was attacking our frontline tank. They definitely obliged me. Oh man. Alright. Let's get rid of one of these. Two dodges from these guys. Okay. Need a big heal. Need like a nice like crit 25 or something to really turn his health situation around sooner rather than later. Let's just get rid of you. You'll die. You've already acted. And then 0. Okay, it actually healed 1. Sometimes those numbers appear to lie. I'm assuming it's a rounding thing. I'm not entirely sure. 1. Oh, Vayne, you are so funny. So very funny. Thank you for finally healing. Again, he's already acted. And then we'll just finish him off here. Lovely.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Citrine. I'm gonna say no to both. Have her check out the suit of armor. Knightly aura, dodge, and protection for 3 rounds. Not great. The 3 rounds part of it is the biggest not great, because it would rely on us encountering something right here. Some sentimental gifts.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Pretty sapphires. That sapphire is going to take up our torch slot there. Alright. Some twitching maggots. Twitch. Not like the streaming service, but like, you know, like the way maggots would twitch. And easily dispatched with that. Do they just not leave corpses at all? Like maggots are incapable of doing so? I got scurvy. I got scurvy from a maggot. Ugh. Scurvy from a maggot. Man. Some rough times. Okay. Yeah. Whatever he could do offensively would probably be worse than my ability to heal myself. So we'll just go ahead and get that fight over. Okay. No scouty on the last room. No scouty. Okay. It keeps coming to Fitton because she's the one that could tetanus. Ugh. Oh, she's got negative 75% disease resistance. I guess that's probably going to make sense. We're going to go into here with some relatively low light. Yeah, because it didn't end up mattering, and then we can worry about it after this very long backtracking that we're about to do. Hoping that RNGesus blesses us today and we don't encounter any fights on our way back. That would be like just swell. Just absolutely swell. We're gonna end up going all the way down and around before we come back up, just to avoid that wall, as we do not have a shovel. So, fairly convenient that the scout's there. Otherwise, I mean, it would have been in the very first square, so we probably would have stepped out immediately. I would have seen it, and then I would have said nope, and turned right around. Well, so much for your 100% disarm.
Unsprung and thirsting for blood.
So I would say that, you know, that pretty much seals the fact that it can't just be a flat 100%, right? Like, the traps have got to scale up somehow. That initially maybe they're 100% trap chance, and then like they go up to higher than 100% chance to do damage. Check out the Iron Maiden. More foul stenches. And
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Can't see your own feet. I mean, you're wearing like a... I can't see your feet either. It's not like it matters how bright it is. Alright, we made it back to here. Going up this way would be painful. So let's head this way and then up. And then we can like circle around or something. We might get another scout before then to inform that decision. Also, since it is completely pitch black right now, I'm going to be quiet for a moment, just shut up and let you guys listen to this ambience. Alright, and that is a much different ambient track than what is there when there is light going on, basically, which we're about to see.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
As I shut up again, I'm going to let you guys listen to the full light ambience. And that is just sort of like some creaking in the background, but that like horrid sort of wailing that was going on when it's dark was not there. But it's not quite as simple as that they're just binary, like they slide back and forth to those. And I thought, that's cool, you know, that's really cool. It was a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I saw a post on the Darkest Dungeon subreddit that Power Up Audio was doing some live streaming of the game, and I was like, hey, that's a game that I am interested in. Let me go check that out. And it was really interesting. I will probably be there again this Thursday, twitch.tv/powerupaudio, if any of you guys are interested. I believe they do their streaming at like 5 p.m. Pacific, sounds right. I'm probably wrong, though. It was in the evening, which was nice because a lot of streams that happen regularly happen at times that I am still at work. You know, getting off at 6 p.m. I'm not able to make it, but they're on the Pacific coast of the U.S., so it was a little bit later here for me, and I was able to swing by. You know, not much I can do to these guys in the back. I'm actually going to go ahead and just self-buff. And then we're going to throw out one of these. Feel the wrath of my sealing spaghetti. Alright. Tempting Goblet. That's the last thing he'll be able to do. This Bone Marksman could use a tiny bit more damage, though. So maybe like an illumination. An illumination that he dodges.
The way is lit. The
All right,
path is
well,
clear.
we'll just chuck another grenade back there.
Only the strength to follow
And
it.
that'll sort both of them right on out. Man. Vayne, I feel like I have rose-tinted glasses concerning your ability to heal. That I remember occultists chucking out like 20 plus HP heals and being like, oh, this is amazing. And you are not doing that at all, ever anymore. Got enough food, I think, to go down to 1 stack pretty safely. Heirloom chest, contents of mine. And a little bit of deed action that I'm not going to be able to bring. I think 1 stack of each makes me happy with the heirlooms that I'm getting here. We're making progress in the right direction, even if that progress isn't a lot. I think it's going to be okay. So we'll go ahead and go up here. We do have a scout telling us what's going on. Got a bookshelf, occultist-like books. And it forever changed the hero. He became a slugger. Okay. That's actually kind of awful. The Unholy Ader was way better, considering his melee skills are few and far between. But oh well, you know, these things happen. We grow and change as a person over time. Sometimes those changes are not for the better. I think that's what we're going to chalk it up to there. Getting a little bit low on... Yeah, we're not going to be able to take those either. I could ditch the anti-venom, though. Let's say that that's a positive change. Running a little bit low on torches with 2 more. Although, 90%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're going to be able to ignore, what, 2 rooms? Alright, we'll head this way. 2 rooms. That's going to mean we'll do 1 torch now. We'll head out. We'll get into a fight right away. Real easy fight, though. Maybe even... You're kidding me! Maybe even a fight where we could gain a little bit of health. And... no. Even though the enemy did 2 damage, we still could not overcome that, right? Couldn't overcome 2 damage. Thank you. Critical 11. I'll take it. This is the best thing I've seen all day. And then he can get a little heal, and I would love, just love, for everybody to be at max HP here. Oh, can we do it? Just 1. Oh, that was enough. Max HP, no, 55, 57. It's good enough, right? Am I gonna regret this later? Oh, I'm gonna regret this later. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it. Expecting we're gonna have some resolves tests before we're done with this dungeon. But I'm also expecting this to be our final fight. Oh, we did get the scout. Awesome. Just a trap along the way. Lovely. Either way, we're either looking at a hallway or a room fight. And as long as we're here, let's just go ahead and deal with the room fight. But I'm kind of expecting Mandeville to freak out a little bit. And if she does, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. Alright. Any, no food can be eaten? Too bad. Okay. These guys aren't so awful. Until they do that, right off the bat, and I immediately get resolve tested. Oh, Mandeville. The light has already burned away all feelings. Okay. It's okay. Alright, guys. Let's reposition him so that everybody else can take the turn they need to take. Eliminate 1 on our first action. Awesome. Another crit. Not as awesome. Ton of stress for everybody. Okay. Your blood will purify them, huh? Ooh. I like where your head is at, Mandeville. I do. I really do. You just keep crushing people, and we'll be okay. You know what? Actually, I can't lower the torchlight while I'm in combat, right? No. Although they might bring it down below 25 for us, which just wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm not even going to worry about healing anybody. It doesn't need to happen here. Let's see if we can clear these corpses so that you have something to do on the next turn. Yeah, that's not great. 125.
A powerful blow.
That was pretty cool, though. You are damned. Alright, peaced out, Mr. Bone Noble. That is the end of you. Try for crits, I guess, to, like, reduce our stress in some capacity. Yeah, no, didn't really matter. Either way,
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Is a blood charm worth more than 575 gold? It might be. Although, we could just have everybody eat a little bit. And I'm hoping I haven't made a miscalculation of the amount of scouting we need to do. I have not. Okay, thank you. Thank you, game, for confirming. And we'll just go ahead and return to the hamlet.
The great ruins belong to us. And we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Nice. Almost 23,000 gold. Lovely. We got a legendary bracer, which is a fantastic trinket. That accuracy can be offset, and the 20% damage is huge. Okay, on the heirlooms, you know, we didn't pick up any crests, but we got 8 as a reward. This was mostly a dungeon for busts. Ooh. And Vayne is our first to make it to champion level 5. Some bleed resist. Oh man, you permanently picked up slow draw now after the raucous night in the brothel left you at -5 for just this dungeon. Lovely. Oh, but on guard. Completely offsets it and gives you some dodge. Awesome. Damage on range skills. That's actually pretty nice. Well, 10%. A lot of her range skills only really do 2 or 3. Maybe the evasive was better. We'll have to see how that one plays out. And let's see.
The poor
back here.
caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Okay. Vayne leveled up. Villain had been gambling, and she won a swift cloak for us. And pretty cool. I'll deal with swift cloaks. It's worth 1,500. Oh yeah, the question. So some of the most common are worth 750, right? This was worth 1125. So I mean, generally speaking, I think a trinket is worth as much as a stack of gold. Especially, you know, in the medium, like level 3 dungeons. I don't think we're going to encounter a lot of these super cheapo trinkets. So yeah, that was probably the right decision. Economy is doing a-okay. We definitely have got some stress relieving to do here with these guys, and then we're also going to have to figure out exactly how we want to proceed with our occultist now refusing these dungeons. We're going to have to get some non-healing party compositions sort of sorted out. Maybe some more things like what we had going on where, you know, Fitton can battlefield medicine. Mandeville still has access to Divine Comfort. And the... well, not Peacock, but things like... Where'd it go? Solemnity? There we go. The Solemnity on the leper, giving him like a self-heal. Combination of those things... Oh, and there was Poussin right above us. Combination of those things seem like they could be enough. Especially that last dungeon. Vayne was just not getting the healing done for us anyway. So, yeah, we'll have to come up with some new strategies to use now that Vayne is too good for us, and adventuring into the level 3 dungeons will be beneath him. However, that is something best left for next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more videos daily. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.